So it looks like Arkansas farmers are in the find out phase of the fuck around and find out part.
We're going to lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something. It has to be done, and it's not just here. It's everywhere.
Because farmers from all over the state of Arkansas came together to have a town hall meeting with some representatives from the government, explaining their struggles and what they might need to help them. And just as a friendly reminder, during the 2024 election, the state of Arkansas went 64.2% towards President Orange Man. But let's continue with the rest of this clip because it seems like one farmer might be having a realization as to what may be causing all of these issues.
Arkansas farmers and farmers across the U.S. are facing significant challenges due to unfavorable policies, economic pressures, and trade-related issues. One of the key issues being the Trump's tariff and the U.S.-China trade war. The people of Arkansas overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump, but now Trump's tariffs seem to be crushing the Arkansas farmers. Let's see these videos.
Trump's illegal tariffs have single-handedly destroyed the U.S. soybean market. As of yesterday, the price of soybeans is about $9.34 here in Iowa. The cost of production is anywhere from $11 to $11.50. So per bushel of soybeans, it's about a $2 loss. And when you add the fact that it's about 50 bushels in an acre of soybeans here, you can do the math to see how bad things are. Historically, 60% of Iowa soybeans have gone to China. With Trump's trade wars from his first administration, the U.S. has become an unreliable supplier. So instead of these soybeans going to China, it's soybeans from South America, like places like Brazil and Argentina. That leads to more grains going to be left in the bin, which means to oversupply, which means to lower prices. So here's what we need to do. We need to demand trade, not aid. Farmers don't want a bailout, they want markets. The second thing we need to do is push for competition, both on the market side and especially on the input side with seed and fertilizer costs.
For Brown, there is something that rounds out all the issues that they are facing, the tariffs.
I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm. When you try to sell a product, okay, U.S. soybeans leaving New Orleans without the tariff to China are cheaper than Brazilian soybeans at the current market. But when you put the tariff on top of them, Brazilian beans are cheaper.
Now, I'm actually glad he's making the correlation that it has something to do with the tariffs. But I've noticed a pattern when it comes to some of these people, when it comes to the tariffs, that they never make the connection or blame towards the person that actually caused these tariffs. And I'm going to give him a major hint that it has to do with the person that won 64.2% of the vote in that state during the 2024 election. And this Arkansas farmer seems like he has a solution for this problem.
So, how can this be fixed?
In the short term, they have no choice but to mail us a check. I don't know a farmer that likes the check program. Nobody wants to take taxpayer dollars, but nobody wants to go broke.
Yep, you heard that right. He's asking for a government handout, which is socialism, which he says he doesn't like them, but during these past years, there have been lots of subsidies and checks going out for farmers, including bailouts that happened during President Orange Man's first term. Because during his first term, financial aid to farmers was about $28 billion, costing more than Navy shipbuilding, the nuclear forces, NASA, and even children's health insurance. So yeah, you guys do love to receive bailouts and handouts. All the while, you guys tell other people who need financial aid, such as single mothers with kids who need food stamps, that they should pull themselves up by the bootstraps, but for some reason you guys don't like doing it yourselves. And this is just another episode in the saga of Fuck Around and Find Out. I don't even know what episode number we're on, but yeah.
Now, these farmers reportedly face over $1 billion projected losses this season. According to reports, some people arguably say that when Joe Biden was president, he made relief programs that benefited the farmers. Same thing applies to Kamala Harris. She proposed giving farmers access to credit, to crop insurance, while cracking down on the big agriculture and even pushing down on repair laws so that farmers can be able to fix their own equipment. Regardless of all of these policies pushed forward by the former administration that made farmers' life a little bit easier. Talking about the Trump administration, a significant number of farmers are losing their farms and now coming to a realization that they made a wrong decision that has turned out to become a thorn in their necks.
You were warned over and over and over. We told you there was no drag queen story hour. There were no furries in our school using litter boxes. But you guys refused to call the superintendent of the schools like I did. I called Rolla Public Schools and asked Dr. Dare if there was any truth to that. He laughed and said maybe I was watching too much TV. We told you that China signed 20-year contracts with Brazil for soybeans. You laughed in our face. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I do not want to bail you out for the next 20 years, and I will fight against it. China signed 20-year contracts with Brazil for soybeans because of Donald J. Trump. They don't want our soybeans. They don't want our beef. They don't want our wheat. They don't want anything we grow. As far as we're concerned, China can stick it up our ass. And can you blame them? Can you really blame them?
But in all of this, guys, what do you think is the way forward? Because right now, most farmers are coming out to say that they don't want rigid policies, but instead, policies amended to aid sustainability in the agriculture system in the US. I feel like the Arkansas farmers did not see this coming. Probably they thought the new administration was going to be favorable to the farmers, more specifically the Arkansas farmers, because right now China does not want to have anything to do with the US agriculture. Instead of China to buy from the US, they decided to patronize countries like Brazil and even Argentina. Now the Arkansas farmers are cracking down and crying out loud, saying that apparently Trump policies were not meant in favor of the American farmers, but instead the administration supports other countries like Argentina with some major aids. Looking at all of this right now, we understand exactly what the Arkansas farmers are going through at the moment. But yeah, guys, let's know all you think in the comments. Do you feel like the Trump administration, the Trump's tariff was meant to favor a certain set of people, or perhaps otherwise? Guys, let's know your thoughts. Let's know all you think in the comments. At this junction, I appreciate you all sticking to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for always tuning in. And if you're yet to join our membership, do well to join our membership. Subscribe, like this video, and also leave some comment in the comment, because it helps the algorithm to push the video to more people so that they can see this video just like you have. I'll see you guys in the comments and in the next one. Bye.
We are being forced to bail out another country's farmers at the expense of our own. EC plans to send Argentina $20 billion in economic assistance. And what does Argentina do? They cut their export taxes and sold shiploads of soybeans to China in just 2 days. Meanwhile, farmers right here in Arkansas are left behind with falling prices and no market. I have been an Arkansas soybean farmer my entire life, until this year, when a deepening farm crisis forced my family to close a 150-year-old operation, and we weren't alone. And now this is coming for even more of us. Politicians like Tom Cotton are letting DC put Argentina over places like Arkansas. As a farmer myself, that is something I would not allow. I will fight for trade policies that put Arkansas farmers first, every time. I'm Hallie Schaffner. I'm the 6th generation Arkansas farmer running to unseat Tom Cotton in the U.S. Senate.